let's move on to the last topic. I'm really excited for this one. I'm be honest, out of everything that happened in the Super Bowl, this is the only thing that I was like happy about. Everything else was a blur to me. Everything else, I was just like, man, get that out of here. Kendrick Lamar halftime performance. A lot of controversy. A lot of people are split on this halftime performance. But I got to say something. I got to say something because a lot of people have been saying one thing. A lot of people have been saying another thing. And I'm going to say this because I'm getting sick and tired of all these people that didn't like the performance. Number one, the reasons why they don't like performance are absurd to me. Oh, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
That mic was low.
I mean, I could still understand some of the songs. I could definitely like the one where he Luther,
I mean, I know the song, so I mean,
Luther. Like, if you couldn't understand what he was saying, I don't know what to tell you. Or what is it? All the stars or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
From the Black Panther album, like, you couldn't understand what he's saying with that one. I don't know what to tell you. You need to recheck your ears or something. But that one, it was another one where it's like, hey, I'm just looking for entertainment or something. This is not entertaining. I'm like, it wasn't for you. All right, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. If you're not familiar with Kendrick Lamar's music, if you're not familiar with Black culture, if you're not familiar with West Coast sound, then this wasn't for you, because he was not trying to appease that demographic. He was trying to appease Black people that love hip hop, that love lyricism, that love storytelling. He was appeasing those people because those people would enjoy that type of stuff. And if you remember, Brian, Kendrick did the same exact thing. If you ever watch his Grammy performance, where he did a couple of songs from A Pimp a Butterfly. It was very theatric. He was wearing chains.
All right. And
yeah.
He did one from his Untitled project.
Right. He was wearing chains like a prisoner. He had people in the background behind bars. And then he had one where it was like just something was on fire and he was rapping. Okay, so he does this theatrical type of thing where it feels like a movie. It feels like a music video, per se, a short film. And in it was a message. And a lot of people didn't catch the message. They just looked at the whole thing about Drake. Oh, he's taking shots at Drake. Oh, the halftime performance is about Drake. Y'all motherfuckers was not passing English class, because in English class we would read books, right? We would read books and we would analyze certain pages in the books. The English teacher would say, hey, what does this mean? What is the text trying to say? And stuff like that. Clearly, a lot of people was failing that class because a lot of the stuff that he was doing was layered. You have to really understand the context behind everything. Samuel L. Jackson, genius. Uncle Sam, genius. He's Black too, and also it's reference to his role in Django. Remember, he was that coon. He was what was he? He was the slave, but he was like the house Negro, the house Negro who was also a coon as well. Genius to have Samuel L. Jackson do Uncle Sam. He represented just society trying to say you have to play the game, Kendrick. You have to abide by these rules in order to appease certain type of people, so you can prosper, so you can get to a certain position. And you know what Kendrick did? He showed, A, the revolution is televised, and 2, it was a rebellion against that idea, against this notion that I have to do these certain things in order to get to a certain level. He said, F all that. Screw all that. I'm not going to play the game you're telling me to play. That was the whole message of the performance. F the whole Drake part. That was a small portion of the performance that people were just pointing to. That's how I know they don't listen to his music, because they kept saying, "Oh, I love the performance. The performance was only good because of the Drake part." Because y'all don't understand Kendrick at all. And I'm not trying to be like, "Oh, I'm a Kendrick dick rider." I'm just a fan of hip hop. That matter of fact, I want to get your thoughts on it, because I don't want to go too much on it. I'll continue after you give your opinion on it. What was your opinion on the performance? We'll get to the grading afterwards, but what was your opinion on the performance? And also, what was your thoughts on just some of the backlash that you've been hearing from Kendrick Lamar's performance?
Listen, honestly, I enjoyed the performance. I think visually it was very pleasing. I do kind of wish there was more. Like, I like some of the shots they did, like especially on Peekaboo. It was like the cinematography is pretty good. And I was like, when he did Not Like Us, and he was walking around in that circle. Like, the visuals was great. But I just wish there was more on a grandiose scale, because it's like the Super Bowl. It felt more like a music video to me. So I was like, this probably wouldn't translate well to the casual viewer or during the Super Bowl, but the people who enjoy the art aspect of what Kendrick Lamar likes to do, they're going to enjoy this performance, and I know I did. The people who didn't understand it, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this country is very not media literate. I'll say that, because some of the stuff was literally, it was right in your face, and you still missed it. You couldn't see the forest for the trees. Like, the themes was very clear, especially that part where he did that last portion of the verse on Man at the Garden. I think that's what that song is called. And he was like, "Did it with integrity and still try hate on me." That's literally goes with the theme of the Super Bowl performance, where he was like, he's rejecting this whole respectability politics type rhetoric that they try to push on artists, and how you got to do things a certain way. He said, "I did it with integrity and still was hating, so I'm gonna just do what I do regardless." And people really, they wasn't paying attention. And I thought it was a great performance. I like how it was so much movement. He wasn't just staying in a certain place. Like, I like the set, like the beginning, how all these people came out the GNX. I don't know how they fit all them people in there, but they all came out the GNX. And then the whole American flag with the people, with the red, white, blue. I thought that was fire. Like I said, the visuals was great. I enjoyed the performance. I think over time, people probably really appreciate it for what it was, but the people, the disingenuous, the bad faith actors, they always going to say what they want to say, and we just don't pay attention to them, because honestly, this wasn't for a certain group of people, and I honestly do not want to hear about their opinions on hip hop and rap from certain groups of people. And this ain't got nothing to do with race. I'm just saying, it's definitely some white people that I know that really enjoyed the performance. I'm just saying, it's certain groups.
Timothy Chalamet, salute to him.
There's certain groups that we all know, the bad faith actors, the people that didn't want to get it. They just saw a certain person on stage, and they started hating. That can apply to multiple genres of people. So I don't really care what they have to say about anything on this matter. We just, the people that know and the people that rock with it, hey, we just gonna have fun at our little party. We all the losers outside the club. We just gonna ignore them.
Why is Serena Williams crip walking? Why is she so obsessed with her ex? Like,
so you mean to tell me it was cool when Drake was doing all them disses and subliminals, but now that Serena's is taking part and stomping on his, dancing on his grave, now it's a problem? See, these people they ain't got no moral, they have no type of anything, no type of consistency in what they talk about.
And check this out. Drake has been subliminal. Matter of fact, the last time he dissed her, it wasn't even subliminal, it was direct. He has been subliminally dissing Serena for years. So finally, the first time she responds at the Super Bowl, it's a problem. And see, this is another thing that has been an issue for a many long time in regards to how society treats Black women. But that's a different discussion for another day. But yeah, man, that was another thing where it's like, oh, why are you so obsessed towards your ex? Stephen A. Smith gonna come out and say, man, if I was married to Serena and she was still obsessing over Drake and doing that, then I would divorce her. Like, shut up, man. Shut up, old
First
man.
of all, Steven,
Get out of here.
Married, never been married.
Exactly.
So I don't know
That's what
why
you're
speaking on anything. You're like 50 years old, man.
Yeah, bro. What, man? If you don't be quiet and move, this is why I don't like people who talk about these conversations that have no clue behind the context of the story. Why is she doing that? He has no idea why she's doing that, what came about that situation. And that's my problem with people like him, is that he puts himself in conversations he shouldn't be in. I don't like to say this, but he really needs to stick to sports. Like, he should not be in conversations involving hip hop, because especially contemporary hip hop, he has no clue what's going on right now involving hip hop, Black culture, etc. The only people that know are the people around him. And he thinks just because the people around him know that stuff, that means he should be involved in it. No, it should be not. He shouldn't say a word about this stuff unless he is educated about it. So that's all I wanted to say on that matter. But back to the halftime show. Another thing that somebody pointed out was the American flag. If you notice, Kendrick was in the middle, and then you had, other people beside him represent the American flag. And what people said, that symbolizes the fact that, one, everybody that was wearing colors of the American flag were all Black. So it symbolizes Black people as they were the ones that built America on their back. That's what they said that symbolizes in that photo. Trying to think what was something else. We already, the Samuel L. Jackson one, we already know. And another thing, I think Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam, especially as a Black man, that also references as well the fact that Black people cooning. The coons out here, man, they're also the ones that are, they're the ones that are at fault as well in this situation. So I think that was another thing that was beautiful. I'm trying to think what else am I missing? I'm missing something else. But besides the point, getting to the grade of the performance, I give it a B+. Here's what I'll say: what I like and what I don't like. What I love about the performance: one, I love the visuals. I love the fact that Kendrick was actually rapping. Like, it wasn't like he was lip singing or anything like that. And while he was rapping, he was moving, he was dancing, he was performing. I love the stage. I love everything. It was like a Squid Game. If you notice, like the way that it was presented, it was like a PlayStation Squid Game type of thing. That was really, really dope to see. I loved it. I loved the storytelling, the symbolism of the performance. It made me have to think. It made me have to grasp what I was watching. It wasn't just surface level. I love that. I love the art of it all. The music choices I was cool with. There was some music choices I would have loved to see more of. Money Trees, All Right, different songs I would have loved to see. But for the most part, I was cool off of it. But where the negative of the performance is that, like you mentioned, it didn't feel grandiose. I was watching Bomani Jones. He made a great point about how this is a Super Bowl and you want it to feel big. And I felt like that performance, it felt very closed in. It felt very isolated in like a certain spot, that you didn't feel just how big it really is compared to some other Super Bowls where it just felt like there was just so much more. Like, I remember in 2022 where they had like so many different people surrounding the football field. This was the Dr. Dre, the Snoop Dogg. I forget what other Super Bowl, may have been the Beyonce, the Bruno Mars one, where they had a bunch of people just surrounding the football field. Stuff like that. I wish there was more of that. I wish there would have been more, I don't know, maybe fireworks or explosions like he did with the Pop-Out show. Remember the Pop-Out show? He had like these fireworks. He had this pyro and stuff when I think it was Euphoria and Not Like Us, where he said, da, 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 and it was just like exploding. I wish he would have had more of that to make the impact hit more. Those are my criticisms. That's why I give it a B+. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. What about you? What is your grade?
Honestly, yeah, I'd give it a B plus as well. I'd like to say I like the visuals. I like the fact that, like you said, he was actually rapping, and not only he was just rapping, he was moving, rapping. Didn't miss. He really didn't miss a beat, and he also had to substitute lyrics and stuff. And I know as a rapper, you're so used to singing the explicit version of your song, so it's kind of you really have to like pitch it. Okay, I got to make sure I'm not about to just curse in front of 117 or 122 million people. I think they said that's how many saw it. So I think the performance aspect was pretty good. I do wish he would have brought on someone along with SZA to perform. Just to give. I know he was just trying to perform popular songs. SZA is a well-known artist and things. So I just wish he would have put like, I don't know, somebody. I don't know who, but it's somebody that people like, oh, that's such and such. But yeah, because he said he had a big surprise. I'm like, what was the big surprise? I don't know if it was Samuel or what, but so yeah, I enjoyed the
Jay-Z.
The negatives. Jay-Z. Hey, Don't Kill My Vibe remix.
Don't Kill My Vibe remix. Hey, I'm just saying like, that would have been
things I wish he would have performed at least one of either Money Trees, Mad City, even Swimming Pools. I just wish he would have just did one of them, just because those are like such classic songs in his discography. A lot of people know those songs, but also the mic quality. Like, come on, Fox. The broadcast. I don't know why on YouTube it sounds perfectly fine, but during the broadcast, I'm like, I can hear him, but I can't really like hear him. And I'm like, Fox, I got to get that under control. So that kind of ruined it a little bit for me. Because I'm like, man, I know what he's saying because I know the songs, but if I don't know the songs, I'm like, what is he saying? Because you can kind of be like the backtrack was just so much louder than the actual mic. It was just throwing it off a little bit. And honestly, like you said, I feel like he left a little bit of meat on the bones by not having it as like this grand type of performance and grand scale thing. Other than that, I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I agree. And you made a great point. I should have mentioned that before, but the fact that he was able to censor himself while performing, like, you know how hard that is? Like, you have to remember all these different lyrics, and he was able to censor himself to make sure that it appeases FCC Airways. Like, that is hard to do. And the fact he was able to do that while performing, while dancing, while moving around, is just unreal. Like, that was a masterclass on how you perform in the moment. It's ridiculous. And not like us.
Not bringing that up. Yeah.
Not like us, Euphoria, how he was able to rap a diss track in a way that doesn't hurt, doesn't go against regulations, TV regulations. Like, come on, man. Like, that's hard to do. Like, that's damn near impossible to do, especially when you're talking about a guy that's a PDF file. You're calling a man a PDF file, you're A minor, all this stuff. That is so hard to do. And the fact he was able to get away with it and make it still sound great, that's just a masterclass. He was up against it. You don't see like Usher, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, all these different performers, they don't have all that explicit stuff in their music. Like, yeah, you know, they have sexual stuff in their music, but they don't have a bunch of like curse word. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can. But they don't have a bunch of curse words and stuff like that in the realm of Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar had to censor a lot, and the fact that he was able to do that on that grandiose of a stage is impressive, man. It really is, and people are just not appreciating how he was able to do that, dude. Like, he was the first hip hop solo artist to main event a halftime show, and it was just him, 2 songs with SZA, and he delivered, in my opinion. And anybody else that thinks otherwise, I just don't know what you saw that could think otherwise.
Speak for themselves.
I'm just thinking from the perspective of, like, if I wasn't a Kendrick Lamar fan, if I was just, this is my first time seeing Kendrick Lamar, and I'm being objective, I could say it was all right, but this go ahead and say it's trash, it's like, how? Then you're just not a hip hop guy. You're just not a hip hop fan. if you just say it's trash. Like, that's just how I look at it, man. I just can't think of any other way.
Everything ain't for everybody. I don't try to understand what people don't like. I worried about the stuff what people do like.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I just loved it. The Super Bowl, it was a blowout. This was the highlight of the Super Bowl right here. I literally forgot. I was like, hey, I know Mahomes is down 24, but hey, man, at least I got this performance to think about for the remainder of the game and for the next day, so I can look forward to that. But this was the most blackish halftime performance we've ever seen. This is blacker than anything Beyonce did. This is blacker than anything Usher, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Like, you got to think about this. The 2022 halftime show with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, they were playing a lot of commercial hits that, let's just be real. Like, the white people enjoy. Like, come on now. A lot of commercial hits that white folks know, white folks enjoyed, and stuff like that. In the Club by Dr. Dre. They had Eminem. They had 50 Cent. They had Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, California Love. Yeah, Mary J. Blige. These are a lot of songs that white folks are going to enjoy. With Kendrick Lamar, I'm not saying white folks don't enjoy Kendrick Lamar, but there's some songs that aren't, commercially known as much as the 2022 songs. And he's more of a urban, contemporary type of artist where he's more, he resonates more with the younger crowd than he does the 50, 60, 70-year-olds. So it's going to be a lot different, but he still made sure to put Black culture at the forefront. And that's why I love the performance. That's why it's the blackest performance I've ever seen from a Super Bowl. And I guarantee you next year, they're going to either have Eminem or Taylor Swift performing in the Super Bowl. Because they're like, wait a minute. We got the Weeknd one year. We got the Weeknd one year, and then you put Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, and then you put Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna too. Nah, we got to switch it up. We got to switch it up. It's too black. I think
the only solo rap artist that could have an A+ Super Bowl performance solo is Kanye, and he done lost his mind. So it ain't even possible no more.
Really?
White people they used to love Kanye.
You don't think Jay-Z? He too old? He too washed?
Only because when was last time we seen Jay-Z on any stage?
I think remember he did that tour. I think remember him and Beyonce had like they had an album together. It was called The Carters. Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
It wasn't too long ago. That's probably like, what was that, 2 years ago, maybe?
They had what was this album?
What? Hold on.
I do not remember them releasing no joint album.
It's called it was 2018. It was called yeah.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I do remember.
Everything is love.
Okay, I do remember that album.
Yeah, I think they had a whole tour and everything. Like, I remember, yeah, back then.
Jay-Z, I mean, he's not really like known for like performance though. He has the hits to do.
He has a lot of hits and he has a lot of features.
You got to do the performance plus the actual. You have to have the catalog to do. Kanye, I think prime Kanye, he would have been good.
Oh yeah, prime Kanye, but he's too controversial now. He's too.
That ship has
sailed. That ship has failed.
Off the face of the earth.
Yeah, he's crashed out. He crashed. He's the definition of a crash out.
He was able to get a commercial.
Hey man, when you got the money, it don't matter. It don't matter at this day and age. They say, hey, if you got the money, go ahead and spend it for the commercial. But yeah, I mean, with Jay-Z, I don't know. I think he has the hits. He has the commercial hits. It just comes down to how he performs. I don't think he can perform on the level of a Kendrick Lamar, because Kendrick Lamar, dude, he was dancing, he was rapping, he was censoring his rap songs. He was doing so much stuff that was incredible. I don't know if there's any other hip hop artist that can replicate something like that.
A male artist, no.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like Doechii could replicate the performance, but she don't got no.
But she don't have the hits. She don't have the hits. That's my thing. Like, you gotta have the hits. Like, who can replicate something to that realm and have the hits that can resonate with an audience on the caliber of a Super Bowl? Like, I just can't see it. This is why it's so rare for Kendrick Lamar to do something like that, because normally it'd be like somebody like Drake, but Drake, he's declined the Super Bowl so many times. He's not going to do the Super Bowl. Allegedly. That's the only other dude I can see it.
Yeah.
But
the next year they'll probably have like Billie Eilish or something up there. Hey, Billie got some hits. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know it was her that was singing, but I heard this. I was like, hold on, this her?
I'm not denying who she is. I'm just saying, like, in terms of the stuff that I vibe with on a daily basis.
I don't listen to pop either, but
I listen. Like I listen to I like The Weeknd, I like Kendrick, I like Cole. I used to really like Drake, but I like certain hip hop / R&B type of artists. That lane is. I'm not going to deny that they're great. I'm just saying, like, this is the first, in my opinion, Super Bowl halftime show that really catered to exactly what I wanted.
Ooh.
In terms of my age, demographic, genre. That the 2022 was cool, but that was more for the older folks. This was the first time where I finally got the halftime show that was really catered to what I love, what I listen to on a daily basis. And that's why I'm gonna remember this forever. So